Shalom and welcome to this episode of Ask Aviel. My name is Aviel. You can ask me questions so that we can share, learn and grow together. There are 7 species that grow naturally in close proximity to one another in the land of Israel, providing essential nutrients to sustain life in the Holy Land. They consist of 2 grains and 5 fruits: wheat, barley, grapes, figs, pomegranates, olives, and dates. Each of them has a vital and sacred meaning. The 7 species have grown abundantly in the land of Israel for thousands of years, and they are mentioned all throughout the scriptures as special produce of the land of Israel. Deuteronomy 8 verses 7 to 8 says, "For Adonai your God is bringing you into a good land, a land of wadis with water, of springs and fountains flowing out in the valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley, vines, figs, and pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey." Today, I am going to talk about the first of the 7 species, wheat. Wheat is an important source of carbohydrates. When eaten as the whole grain, wheat is a source of multiple nutrients and dietary fiber. John 12:24. "Amen, amen, I tell you, unless a grain of wheat falls to the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it produces much fruit." A seed cannot become a plant unless it dies and is buried. So the death and burial of Yeshua HaMashiach was necessary as the first fruits that was given to God in faith for a greater harvest of fruitfulness. We freely give up our lives for God and for others. Life is very precious to us, and if we can give it up, Yeshua says of us in John 15:13 that no one has greater love than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. If we have the right priorities, love for the things of God, it means that we do all that as a disciple or Talmidim of Yeshua. It is also a chosen, willing service because we want to draw close to the Lord, Karov Adonai. A broken crop of wheat yields seeds. Broken seeds give life to new plants of wheat. A grain of wheat is broken and ground into flour to make bread. Yeshua, our Messiah, is the bread of life to us. It is not the hungry looking for bread, but the living bread looking for the hungry. This bread is broken and eaten to provide strength. God uses broken things like wheat to produce energy, strength, and life. If you are being broken like wheat today, God is working with you. He is making something that will someday astound you with its wisdom and beauty. The things we thought were the greatest trials and tragedies will later be God's goodness for us, concealed. It is God's way of bringing us something better. When we are broken like wheat, God turns the situation around for our gain. The bread is made from wheat. It represents the body of Messiah that was broken for us. In Matthew 15:26, Yeshua describes healing as children's bread. Before we break the bread every Shabbat, we sprinkle salt on it to remember the covenant of salt. My reference are Numbers 18 verse 19 and 2 Chronicles 13 verse 5. We also remember that in Matthew 5 verse 13, Yeshua said that we are the salt of the earth. We are the ones who are in covenant with Him, in the covenant of salt. Then we say the blessing over the Kalach. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, hamotzi lechem hakayim min hashamayim. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who brings forth the bread from the earth and the living bread from heaven. We break the bread and remember that Messiah's body was broken so that both Jew and Gentile can become one new man. Thank you for joining me. I pray that this message inspires and challenges you. God bless you and your family. Shalom.